Hopefully. Hey, Rosemary. You always be the first one in here. What's the deal? What is the deal? I keep getting notifications. Let me see if my. Can you see me good? Oh, you have it on lock. I'm trying to get everybody else to do it like you. If I can get everybody else to have it on lock like you, then we'll be straight. Let's see if anybody else jumps in here. How you doing today, though? I know you're the only one in here, and I sent out. Hey, Feminine Lounge. Thank you, thank you. Come on in. I wonder if my view count is working because it's only showing one person. Did you go for a swim today? Yes. Get that water in. Get that electricity. Get the electricity going. Get the electricity going. Let me see. We're just waiting to see if anybody else comes in here before we start. Did y'all see the video footage of Lauryn Hill's daughter, Selah? Selah is her name. Talking about. I saw it on the Shade Room. A little snippet of her, talking about basically how fucked up she feels about herself because her father wasn't around. You didn't see it? The girl, Selah, Lauren's daughter, you could tell she has a beautiful spirit. Very articulate. You could tell she was just in pain and just felt like disappointed. It was hard. It was hard to watch. It was real hard to watch. But she basically said that she realizes from recalling her past, watching how her mother and father interacted, she realizes that she is now doing the same things that she saw her mother do, which was, I guess, arguing with her father, who was basically never around. And when you think about Lauryn Hill, back in the day, and I was just talking to my sister this morning about, the celebrities, and around the time when Lauryn Hill was really hot, we had the Neo Soul, we had Jill Scott, India Ari, Erica Badu, we had Carmen, we had Music Soul Child. Who else did we have around that time? The Roots, and all those people back then. And it was just about blackness and feeling good about yourself and pride in yourself and all of that. So when we used to, Lauryn Hill was synonymous with I'm black and I'm proud. For the most part, that's what she was synonymous with. And for all these years now, right? For all these years later, after Lauryn Hill's been through, court, tax evasion, going to jail, having to have Prince pay her rent or her mortgage or some of her bills off, her back taxes or whatever, so she could get out of jail, and all the stuff that happened in between. And now her daughter gets on social media saying, where's my dad? And I think she's 21. If I'm not mistaken, I think Selah is 20 or 21 years old now. And I would never, I mean, back when Lauren was hot and they were, and her and, I think is it Stephen Marley that she was with? Is that his name? Or Damon, not Damon, Stephen Marley, whatever his name is. When they were together, we were like, damn, revolutionary couple. Bar Marley lineage, Lauryn Hill, the perfect match. It had to be meant to be. It had to be meant to be. How is it 21 years later, this girl is getting on social media now talking about where's my dad? How embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is that? That was really hard. And you said they're broke? Wait a minute. They don't have no residuals? Don't they have like a museum, a Bar Marley museum that they look after? And I thought they had some sort of what is it? Headphones, some kind of like electronic equipment trademark, a Bar Marley trademark, like Dre Beats or something like that. I thought they had something like that going on. I didn't know they were broke. Oh, only assets. Hey, Kalila, yes, you made it in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm hoping some other sisters get the notification and come on in. So she also said, the daughter also said that her mom was very angry. Her mom was very angry for most of their childhood, is what she said. And that hurt me too. She said that Lauren used to beat them a lot. Y'all, I'm thrown off today. I'm thrown off. I don't know why I'm surprised, because I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of like, I don't know, like the image that I have attached to Lauren and that time frame, even in my own life, where I at that time appreciated seeing images like Lauryn Hill and the locks. She gave a lot of girls permission to go natural, to have natural hair and to be in their dark skin, to live in their truth, so to say. Lauren was that girl. She was that girl. So when her daughter was saying, my mom was angry for most of the time, and she beat us, is what the daughter said. The daughter said half of their life was spent not even with their mother, it was with their grandmother. And the other half that Lauren did have with them, she said that they would get beat a lot, and she just felt, now, to be fair, she said that her mother was an amazing mom. Her mother is an amazing mom, but she knew that her mother was just very, very, very angry. Very, very, very angry. You said who was abused as well? Lauren? Lauren was abused as well? True, I was inspired by her box braids when she was young. Wow, it's crazy what happens behind closed doors. Rosemary, and this is what I tell you, and this is what I tell all of UGC. Although I wasn't expecting to hear all this from Lauryn Hill's daughter today. So, it's kind of like, damn, you too, like Lauren too, that kind of thing. But as I've always said before, there's always another side. There's always the other side that we don't see in people, and we shouldn't be surprised that there is another side that's not as pretty as the side that's shown to us. And you prepare for that. You prepare for that with everybody that you meet. It's sort of like you're expecting good and bad, because that's what you are. That's what we all are. We have our good parts, the parts that we shine and polish up that we want everyone to see, and then we have our bad parts that we want to tuck it away. We hide it. We only bring it out at night. The freaks come out at night. That kind of shit. That's everybody. That's everybody. But I was I'm kind of emotional about it because I'm like, social media, baby girl. Wasn't there somebody you could have talked to instead of taking this thing to social media for entertainment? Because the narrative will be, I'm so glad she came out with this and talked about this, and other girls will be able to relate to this, and all of that's fine. But at the end of the day, the only thing that translates to is misery loves company. You knowing that she feels fucked up about herself is not how she's not going to repair herself that way. She's going to share in the misery now. People will be able to relate and feel more comfortable with her, because it's like, you're hurting too. Come on in. Oh my God, I'm glad I'm not the only one hurting. That's really all it'll be. And this girl was pouring herself out, and all that a lot of women would talk about was, she's so beautiful. The girl could have been suicidal, and people were talking about how cute she looks. Overlooking what she's saying, and just saying, off topic, she's so pretty. And I'm like, the girl is crying for help, and even in that, we're evaluating how she looks. But this is what social media is. This is what happens when you put yourself out there. I had a conversation yesterday with a new UGC member, and she wants to start a YouTube channel, about healing and getting over things. Sort of similar to, I guess, what I do and what quite a few YouTubers are doing. And she wanted to know how, what I felt about that. Should she or shouldn't she? And I told her, like I tell everybody, when you're putting your stuff out there for everyone to evaluate, scrutinize, say things about, and challenge you, because they're going to challenge you too. You have to be emotionally grounded and ready, and pretty much resolved. You have to resolve all your issues before you go making yourself a bullseye out here. And that's what you do, because when you talk about yourself, you lift the veil. And the veil is really your protection. When you lift the veil and expose yourself, you're like an open wound. You're like an open wound, an open target. If you don't have thick skin, people are going to penetrate, and very easily too. And the progress you might have made, the little progress you might have made, you are now falling back into a slump, because now people are challenging your worth. They're challenging your intelligence. They're challenging your validity. This is what they did to me. When I started the Ugly Girls Club, and even before that, people were like, well, who do you think you are? What makes you qualified to do X, Y, Z? You're this and you're that, and I'm calling myself ugly. I'm already calling myself an ugly girl, and here they come. Well, you're ugly and you're unattractive. I'm like, well, isn't that redundant now? Haven't we gone past that? That's my title, and you're still trying to use that as an insult. So if I didn't resolve my own issues surrounding around what people felt about how I look, I'd have been shot full of holes a long time ago. So you gotta be careful. This is something we're gonna talk about further in the fireside chats. But a veil is necessary. And when I say veil, it's symbolic, but it's a real thing too. A lot of y'all get caught up in this authenticity trope, where you feel you have to put everything out on the table, especially for these men. You got to be honest about everything about you. You're not holding no secrets. You're not withholding anything. You putting all your cards on the table. You letting the chips fall where they may, and all that other bullshit. And you got to understand that you lift the veil when you do that. You have no defensive shield when you tell motherfuckers everything about you. That's what Selah has done today, or whenever that video was just taped about her saying her mother abused her and her father wasn't around. She is now a bullseye. She is now a target. The veil is lifted. It's lifted. And why is that not a good thing? Because she's still hurting. She's still trying to work through her identity and self-worth. Because she stated that she feels like shit. So imagine you feeling like shit now, and you tell the whole fucking world that you feel like shit. Do you know who's coming? Do you know who's not knocking at her door? Oh, every demon, every pedophile, every pervert, every opportunist. This is what happens. This is what happens. A lot of us are broken. Let me see who's in the chat. A lot of us are broken emotionally. And the answer to healing yourself emotionally is not telling everybody what's going on with you. It's not that. It's actually a lot of times the reverse. It's a lot of times you got to go in the dark with your shit. You got to go in the upper room, as they say. You got to close the fucking door and sit with yourself and your own thoughts and try to work through some of the noises in your head to decipher which is real and which is possession. Because a lot of us are possessed too. A lot of us are possessed too. Listen to me. I want you to listen to me. You don't have to tell nobody shit that you don't want to say. And it's preferable that you don't tell nobody anything that you have not worked through emotionally yet. The only people that Selah should have been talking to were people that could help her heal. Were the people that she could trust with sensitive information like that. You tell the whole entire world, it's like you're standing there naked for the world to scrutinize and see. Now they're looking at Lauryn Hill. I mean, Lauryn Hill over the years, you know, she's been tagged as crazy and emotionally unstable. She supposed breakdowns. She late for concerts, showing up looking crazy and all kinds of stuff. Who knows? The industry is demonic. We know that. The industry is demonic. And really and truly, you have to question people who seem to have been able to stay real sane and stable within the industry. Those are the ones you got to look at, because those are the ones doing blood rituals. Hello, those are the ones who ain't gonna a little bit off, who ain't a little bit shook by the things that they saw, are the ones officiating blood rituals and sacrifices and signing away souls and all that stuff. That's why they're able to smile and laugh and kiki and all that kind of stuff. The other people who still have souls, they need a jewel bib and padded walls. They're the ones that need a jewel bib and padded walls, the ones who still have a heart. So we got to be careful when we call, just like Dave Chappelle said, we're real quick to dismiss people. We're really quick to dismiss people as crazy. And we got to be careful with that. The ones who are sane are the ones killing people or helping to bring people to slaughter. Especially in the music industry. Music industry is one of the most demonic industries, if not the most demonic industry, because they deal in tones and you know, all of it is ritual. The tones itself is an instrument for rituals. Instrument for for trance, for putting people into trance and transcendental states, altered states and all that. That's what the music industry is in a nutshell. So, you know, our girl Lauren, she probably saw some shit and went through some stuff. So I'm telling you, you ladies, when you're talking to in particular, we always got to go back. We always got to bring it back to men, because it's men. It's men that kind of rock the boat. When you're feeling compelled to answer questions and be honest about things, I want you to pause. And I want you to ask yourself, ooh, does he deserve this level of clearance? You know, you go to if you went to the Pentagon or somewhere, some state building or wherever the president is at, there's levels of clearance that you have to go through. There's certain passes that you might be able to get a pass to the lunchroom and some viewing areas of the place, but you ain't got access to the whole thing, because you're not privy to that. You haven't earned that pass to get access to the whole facility. And y'all are giving away access passes to your whole facility off of a hope, a wish, and a prayer that they honor the fact that you're giving it to them. That's not how this shit works. Some things that you reveal should take years to come out of your mouth. Years, and maybe a diamond ring, and maybe a house. Maybe, sign on a dotted line, a deed to land, before you open your mouth revealing shit. How many of you say stuff only for it to fly back in your face and be used against you? How many of you? There's how many people on this chat? Y'all, let me hear you. How many times have you opened your mouth and said something only for it to be reverberated back to you and against you? And against you. So I don't want y'all compelled to vent to you, especially with men, to use men as a venting board, to use all these people, just random people as a venting session, because you open yourself up to be possessed, taken over, manipulated, puppeted, and all of that when you do that. I feel so sorry for these 20 and 21 and 22-year-old girls that get online and expose themselves to the world, because it's stamped forever. Every boyfriend that she gets from this point on, any potential husbands, and anybody that's an authority figure can pull up, okay, you had an emotional breakdown 1992 at 11 a.m. And people don't let you forget. You can now say, okay, that was 5 years ago. People want, especially with women, men get a reprieve. Men can say, oh, that was in my past. That was my past. But what do men say about you? Once a hoe, always a hoe. Once you're a hoe, that's your tag forever. You're not going to tell a man, you can't sit down to dinner and tell a man, I used to be a prostitute. And he go, oh, word? Oh, well, I'm glad you passed that now. I'm glad you're over that now. You telling you used to be a paid whore, and he's thinking, well, damn, I wonder how much her rate is now. And you're telling him what you used to be, and he's gonna ask you, what's your rate now? You're not gonna be able to live beyond that. You're not gonna be able to live beyond. But yet and still, some of us get into this, I wanna be transparent. I need to purge. I need to purge, and I need to be transparent, and this is my way of connecting and becoming closer to the person. Right? Y'all gotta know. Be close to God. Take it to God. Take it to God, take it to me. But anybody that you are looking to have a certain outlook on you, you want them to behave a certain way because you need something from them, the less you say, the better the outcome for you. The less you say, the better the outcome for you. Other than that, you will be a target. Now, Lauryn Hill is with one of Bob Marley's son. I would assume that she assumed that she was getting with some sort of revolutionary. She was getting a revolutionary dick. Bob Marley's son, we gonna change the world. I'm plugging myself into some real royal DNA, only to find out that the nigga was just like any other nigga out here, an opportunist, riding her wave of success, fucked her full of babies, and then went after a white woman after that. Hey Tracy, my mother, Mary's sister, in these streets, washed by the blood. This culture is obsessed with emotional possession. Very much so. Very much so. You said the locks were just a cover. The locks were probably, yeah. Just the cover is right. Just the cover is right. You know, a lot of these dudes, and most of them are with white or half white or whatever chicks. I don't really see any of the sons with any women who were or are my complexion, except for the one who was with Lauren, and you know, look how that ended up. Lauren was pregnant every year for about 4 years. Every time we turned around, her stomach went down and went back up again. I'm like, they're gonna increase the population. They're trying to build an army or something like that. She thought she was really doing something with the dude. And he used her up. He used her up and left her high and dry. So I can only assume that was what that anger that her daughter expressed. I can only assume that was what all that stuff was about. You know, just the disappointment. You know, you gave me a sales pitch. You pitched me that, you know, we were going to change the world, and you were going to love me. And you got tired of me just like every other man. So what I'm telling y'all is, listen, it don't matter. It don't matter if the dude read books. There's dudes that read books that are very scholarly, that are hoes, that are whores. Every time you turn around, he's studying. His nose is in another book. He could tell you about the star constellations and global warming and three suns on Jupiter, or all kinds of transcendental shit. He could do semen retention. He could give you 9-level orgasms, all kind of shit, because he know about everything. He's a goddamn scholar, and he's a hoe. He's a scholar and he's a hoe. They are very intelligent men who seem unassuming, who don't seem like they're highly sexual, that are still predators too. They come in all shapes and sizes. Some are aggressive, some aren't. Some have manners, some don't. Some come from 2-parent households, some from single mothers. Yes, you better watch out for the geeks. Y'all better watch out for the geeks. Just because he's intelligent doesn't mean he's not a manipulator. Just because he's a Pan-Africanist, Lord have mercy, doesn't mean that he's not a manipulator. And that's the thing. That's the thing. We get caught up in the whole idealism. A lot of us get caught up in that. We're gonna change the world trope. We're gonna, Pan-Africanist, going back to Africa. Black power, that black power shit. And he's still a man at the end of the day. No matter what he believes in, no matter what his religion is, no matter what his hobbies are, no matter if he goes to church or not, he's a man first. Let me say that again. I don't give a fuck what he does. He could be a bookworm, right? He could be an incel, but he's still a man first. He could be a virgin, and he's still a man first. And if he's a man first, there's protocol. There's protocol, and there's suspicion that has to be in place. There's boundaries that need to be in place, no matter what he's into. Oh, look, he's a loner. He doesn't have a lot of friends. He doesn't drink. What else? He's a workaholic. And you know how many workaholics watch kitty porn in their spare time? Y'all need to be checking web browsers out here. Check the web browser history. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. So it really is about being careful and not saying more than you need to out here to the world, in the streets. We here, this is a private chat, this is a coalition. We've come together to confer degrees with each other. This is for a particular purpose. This is not for entertainment purposes. This is for healing. This is not a joke. But to be out there just for everybody to scrutinize, not smart at all. Not smart at all. You said you laughing because it's true? Who else is on this chat? I'm only seeing the two of you talking. Where's everybody else at? Who else is on the live? Say something. Say something. Did anybody see her see the video? Anybody on here see the video? Nobody saw it? I was trying to help a homegirl who was crying over her drama by sharing some of your advice to her. I told her I was ugly and liberated, and she literally told me I sounded suicidal. Wait, and now she uses it? So first you're suicidal, and now she's using it. So and that's the thing. That is the thing. You gotta work things out in your head before you go presenting all your ideas to the world and to everybody. You really gotta get together, because people will challenge it. People have called me suicidal. They've said that about me. You're a sadist. You're a sadomasochist, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, why? Because I call myself what? Because I beat you to it. I called myself ugly before you got to it, and now I'm a sadist. That's that bullshit. But I call bullshit. And a lot of people that complain about this whole coalition and the fact that we have coined the term ugly are the same ones that will criticize you at the drop of a hat. Look at how they're dragging Tommy Lauren. Tommy Lauren is the top 10% that these motherfuckers say that y'all need to look like. And now all of a sudden she built like an ironing board, and she not that cute. So the game switches up as people go along. This thing called pretty is transient. It depends on how people feel about you today. They like you, you're cute, and all this stuff, depending on what they can get from you, and how they feel about themselves, and how they feel about what you're giving them. It is transient. So that's why we can't focus on validation, because we'll always be chasing it. It'll always be something we're running after, because it doesn't stand still. Today they like you, and tomorrow they don't. That's that's how this thing goes. Today they like you and tomorrow they don't. So I'm like, somebody like Lauryn Hill's daughter, who could be mistreating this girl? Because she stated that she's doing just what her mother used to do in her relationship with her dad. She sees that she is repeating the same thing that her mom and dad used to do. And when you think about it, I'm like, Lauryn Hill's daughter is supposed to be like royalty, sort of. You know what I mean? Like royalty. Like who fucks around with Lauryn Hill's daughter? Like who would have the incentive and the balls to do that to an icon, to an offspring of an icon like Lauryn Hill? But then, if you look at it another way, if she's telling the world that her mom used to kick her ass or beat her, whatever it is, then let's assume that the guy that she's fucking knows all the family secrets also. He knows more than he should. Again, a lot of times, the more people know, the less they respect you. Let me say it again, especially with these men. The more they know about you. This is the whole, this is why they rush to get to know you. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself so I know how to break you down. So the reason why someone wouldn't treat Lauryn Hill's daughter like a princess is because she's probably prattling off about what her mother didn't do for them and how they were struggling when they were younger, how she didn't have enough to eat maybe and had to get tossed back and forth from grandma's house to this one's house. And, when my mom went to jail, I didn't have no clothes and, all this stuff. All this extra information that's supposed to bring two people together and bond them in the struggle. And what did the dude use that to do? To use and abuse her. To use and abuse her. Because as she said, you know what, I got everything that I needed. She could have made some shit up. And y'all can make some shit up too. Stop all this honest, I'm just going to be honest shit. You don't get no points for that. They don't love you anymore for that. He's not closer to you because you're honest. He loves you whether or not you like him anyway. Men are warped like that. A lot of times they love you more when you give them your ass to kiss. So it's not even about that. It's not even about that. She should have said, you know what? My dad this and my... Give a story that you want to tell. Give a story that you would like to believe. So that when motherfuckers get in your face, they know they got to come up with something. The reason why she's getting dogged out is because she's used to getting dogged out. And she probably let the motherfucker know that she's dogged out. Being dogged out is her level of existence. Instead of doing the princess, playing the role of a princess and putting that in position, you saying I went without. I didn't have, people think I had all of this, but I didn't really have all of that. You tell a motherfucker that and expect him to give you the world? You admit to a motherfucker that you're used to doing without, and all of a sudden now he's going to pave the road with gold for you. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. The only thing you do by revealing that is let him know that, oh, I ain't got to work so hard. Oh, I'm here it is. I'm thinking I got to do all, I ain't got to do all of that. I ain't got to do all of that. And I can give you less. And I can treat you a little bad too. I can treat you a little bit bad too. Lauryn Hill's daughter. You get that out, and then what? Because you still have to live, and you still have to work out what you ain't worked out yet. But now you're working it out with a million eyes watching you, and scrambling your energetic field, penetrating your energetic field, talking to you psychically now. Because when an eye is on you, the evil eye is a real thing. The evil eye is a real thing. Now when the eye is on you, you feel even more self-conscious. That's all that happens there. That's all that happens there. Yes, you do have to keep your business to yourself. I've known people who once they know your plans, they get out of their way. They go out of their way to put obstacles in your way. That's what happens. But I saw Rowan Marley new girlfriend on Google. Yeah, you can tell Lauren would be angry. Oh, you did? I don't know what his new girl looks like. I'm sure she ain't a Lauryn Hill though. Yeah, watch the video, Salima. Watch the video for yourself. Sad. The girl, you could tell she's very articulate like her mom. You could tell that's Lauren's baby. You could tell she's, from the same apple, right? And just to see how much pain that she's in, that from her father not being there. Y'all, we got to be careful with who we are choosing to procreate with. You got to be really, really careful. Like, we really have no business having sex with anybody that we couldn't see ourselves having a baby with. That's one thing. Because I talk to a lot of women who are sexually active with men who not only would they not marry him, they wouldn't want to have a kid with them. I'm like, why are you opening your knees? Why are you opening? T.I.'s daughter, she's pregnant right now, and she's saying she doesn't want to get married. You don't want to get married, but you're having a baby. How is having a baby alone an easier decision to make than making him accountable and putting some paperwork behind that dick you putting in your mouth so that you can have some sort of security, some sort of backup, some sort of legal tender to take to the courthouse, so when his ass on the run for child support and he don't want to give you anything, you could at least have the cops knock on his door. I don't understand. Marriage is just it's securing your interests, so that the person that you're screwing has something to lose as great as you do. Because men don't have nothing to lose when they're having sex with you without paperwork attached. There's nothing that he's losing. He can get up today, wipe his dick off with a baby wipe, and go fuck somebody else down the road on the same day. And it ain't gonna be nothing. He can pick up and go. I said on the live yesterday, y'all have no business opening your knees to a man who has nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. You want him to jump through her. You want there to be clearance. To get access to all of you, there should be levels of clearance. Just like in the Pentagon and any other government building, you have to have a certain 5-level clearance to get all of this. They can just walk through your palace, walk straight into the Oval Office, no security guards, no ID check, no paperwork, no background check, no nothing. We can't afford to be. It can't just be just living on love. I think that's what Lauren did. I think that's definitely what she did. Because like I said, at one point, Lauren seemed like she was pregnant every year. It seemed like the 6-week checkup, Lauryn Hill was pregnant again. Only for the dude to leave and go with somebody fresh, young, and not like her. Not like her. So you always thought Zanique had really low. Who's Zanique? Is that another daughter? Who's Zanique? I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is. That might be another daughter. I think don't they have like 5? Is it 5 children together? Oh, T.I.'s daughter. Oh, okay. I didn't know her name. I didn't know her name. So you saying she had low self-esteem? Who was the one that he did the virginity check on? Was it her? Is she the one that T.I. did the virgin check on like a year or two ago? Or was it another daughter? Does anybody know? Oh, that's Deja. Oh, okay. Okay, so they have 2. Well, listen, the young girls are watching. They're watching all of this, and they're getting their education about how to be and what's acceptable from all of this stuff that they're seeing. And it's unfortunate that marriage, something like marriage, is shunned more than being a single mother, which is so much harder. It's so much harder to be that than to be a married woman having a baby. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's his blood daughter that he did the virgin check. So Zanique is not his blood daughter? Oh, okay. Really? Stepdaughter, okay. I thought him and Tiny been together so long that all their kids belong to each other. All right. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, so y'all, there, what's the takeaway here today? There is no revolutionary dicks. There's no such thing as that. Men are men are men. Whether they're nerds, whether they're club heads, whether they're workaholics, whether they are savants. A savant is like highly intelligent but socially awkward, kind of like social skills are kind of all not there, sort of. Don't underestimate any of them. Like none of them. No matter what their goal is, Pan-Africanism or whatever. I mean, because look at people like, some of these teachers like Omar Johnson. Is it Umar Johnson? Highly intelligent. But where's the counterpart? Where's the family? Where the children? Where's the wife? Where's the, but he's Pan-Africanist. He's a child psychologist, wanting to open up schools for kids. Everything's about the kids, and where's your team? Where's the family that represents this thing that you say that you are? He got caught, with the prostitute thing scandal a few years ago, and we heard about him with nobody else since. And it's like, well, what's that about? Because as much as he is a Pan-Africanist, he's still a man. He's still a man whore, looking for opportunity. Have you seen his room? His room? What? What do you mean his room? Oh, he rents a room. He sleeps in a room. What do you mean his room? He might sleep in a lot of those dudes, run the chitlin circuit, and the lecture circuit was that was a hustle. You get free room and board. When they were doing lectures and stuff like that. Now with the COVID, everybody's like in their house. But the lecture circuit was a way to travel at somebody else's dime, get free room and board wherever you were doing your lectures at, and that was that hustle. So he films from his room. So you're saying he lives in a room? Like one little room, not a house, or is that what's going on? So what is he doing with all the donation money? He should at least be able to get an apartment, a room. Oh man. Oh my gosh. So he's a fraud, hey. And there it is. Intelligent, but a fraud. He does have a dirty place when he goes live on his Instagram. He has a dirty room. All right. All right. Well, there it is. There it is. There it is. So, what's the lesson here? The lesson here, the takeaway that I want you ladies to have here today, for people out in the world, when you're interacting and you feel compelled to undress yourself, for everybody out there, is to pause on that. Pull up your veil, like put on your veil. Especially for men. And I gotta keep saying that, in particular for men. Because the moment you start telling them anything, you shoot your own self in the head. Your veil is your protection. What is your veil? Say very little. Say only what is necessary. Say things over time. You don't have to answer and respond to every question that is asked of you out here by people who want you to feel a certain way about them. Right? I'm talking to you right now as your coach. I'm pseudo, vis-a-vis, whatever it is. Some of you literally your life coach, right? So this is a different relationship. I'm talking about people that you interact with that are incentivized to make you feel a certain way about them, so that they can get something from you, so that they can extract things from you on the strength of an emotional bond. An emotional bond. That's what I'm talking about here. When your emotions are at stake, especially in a relationship building situation, when it needs to be an emotional bond, right? Y'all don't want to fuck me, so this is not an emotional bond here. When we have an emotional bond at stake, an emotional bond that needs to be built, you need to put on your veil. Your veil is your psychic self-defense. It allows you to keep or activate your sense of reason, so that you eliminate or greatly reduce the probability of making a decision and making a move on the strength of emotions instead of facts. Right? Hard thing to do, but not impossible. And especially if you've been hurt before, and if any of you have been through traumatic situations, you have to give yourself a little time to go through this process. You need a veil up. They will shame you and say you're too defensive. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say you're too defensive. You are overthinking things. You're too apprehensive. You need to loosen up. That's what they're going to tell you. Why would they tell you that? They're saying, I can't get inside of your head. You are blocking me from manipulating you emotionally. Take it down. Take the wall down so that I can get inside of you, so that I can get you to like me, so that I can get you to do what I want you to do. That's what they mean by all of that. That's what they mean by all of that. You said you have a female friend like that? I guess we all got female friends like that. I guess we all do. So you put the veil up. When your emotions are at stake, put it up. Put it up. And say as little as possible. If there's ever a question that someone asks you and you feel uncomfortable in answering it, you have two options. You can either lie, and I'm giving y'all the green light to do that. I'm giving y'all the green light to do that. You can either lie. And when I'm saying I'm giving y'all the green light to do that, this is to protect yourself. This is so that you don't become a victim anymore. How do you not become a victim? Waiting on the right person to come? Where the fuck is that? Oh, the right person is just gonna show up and I could just be myself. Where the fuck's that? Where the fuck is that? This is dark goddess stuff that I'm talking to you about, by the way. This is dark goddess energy. You either lie or choose not to answer. It's up to you how you're going to communicate that. But you can either say, "Ooh, I don't know what to say about that," and let it go. Or you can say, "Well, let's table that for another time." That's kind of a heavy question there, I haven't had enough drinks to answer that. And laugh it off. Or you can make up something on the fly. Make up something. But your only goal in any situation where your emotions are on the line is to protect yourself. It's to protect yourself. Period. And start doing that. Stop feeling bad about everything. Stop feeling guilty about what you got to do. Nobody who hurt you felt guilty about their bottom line, about them protecting their bottom line. They used you as collateral damage to protect their bottom line, and they didn't feel guilty about that. So I need for you to reverse that. Reverse engineer whatever you got to do and stop feeling guilty about what you need to do to protect what's left of your heart. Some of you got 3 chambers left. Some of you got 2. Some of y'all got half of 1 chamber left, and you're about to lose your mind. Some of you are on medication, about to totally lose it. And you still sitting there feeling guilty, feeling like you got to be transparent and above board and honest and you got to be good and all of that stuff. No, you have to be in survival mode now. Now you have to be in survival mode. Now you have to really be self-absorbed. Now you really got to put yourself first, so that you are not ending up like Lauryn Hill's daughter, telling the world. She basically told the world that she felt like shit. She told the whole world, you know, I'm just fucked up. That's I think that's what she said verbatim. I'm fucked up because my father wasn't around, and my mom beat us a little bit, and you know, I see my mom and me. Hey Tatiana, yeah, you late. We're about to get off in a few minutes. So you don't want to be that girl. You said, why did she say that? Why did she say that she was? She said because her father wasn't around. She said because her father wasn't around. So she grew up without her dad, without the support of and the love of her father. And she said her mom, for the majority of her young, you know, years growing up, her mom was very angry and for the most part kind of abusive. She said they used to get beat a lot. When they weren't with her, they were with their grandmother. But when they were with her, uh, you know, she said that Lauren would beat them a lot. So that was sad to hear. I'm like, Lauren? Like Lauren? But it happens. It happens. There's always another side. Look at what our girl, and I didn't really even know who she was until this whole thing with her saying Common raped her. Jaguar, right, or something like that. Look what she said about all these people, all of these neo soul artists in the industry, the Roots and all of them, that we just thinking they just about the music. They just, you know, they about blackness, black love, revolutionary music. You know, I was waiting for her to say something about NDRE. If she had said something about NDRE, I would have lost it. But she never dropped her name. I'm like, phew, well, at least India wasn't in no nonsense. But she sure enough dragged Erica and Jill and Roots and Common. And I don't know if it's anybody else. Drag them for filth. Drag them for filth. And the thing is, nobody believes her because she's an ugly girl. Nobody believes her story because she's not pretty. So there's that part. So-called unattractive women can't be raped out here. We are the ones getting raped out here more than anybody else. I don't know where we get this notion, especially with women assault. Women are, some of us are dumb. I'm like, because this girl doesn't have a level of attractiveness means that she can't be taken advantage of sexually. Do we not understand that the women that are getting raped and molested out here are usually what we call unattractive women? Those are ones that get hit up first and get trafficked, get put on the whole stroll, get passed around by uncles and all kind of shit out here. So-called little black mammy girls, little overweight girls, little manly looking girls. It be bullshit. But women believe this shit. Women believe this shit. It's a mess. It's a mess. You said you never made that connection, but you can see it now. Yeah, it's a mess. So we're getting taken advantage of sexually out here, just as much as pretty girls, if not more. And I would argue that it's more. Honestly, I would argue that it's a little bit more. Because nobody cares. I said this before. No one, the remorse factor is affected or influenced by how attractive the girl is. The hesitation that a man might have is contingent upon her appearance. It is. Men are not really moral, not in my opinion. They're not moral by nature. So every woman is objectified. But if she's a woman and she's not his type, she's almost likened unto an animal, sort of. Like you're really not a human being. Like you're walking around literally to him like with your head cut off. Like literally. Like you are a whole, you're just a whole. You're not a human being, you're a whole. We have to be careful. We have to be careful trying to appeal to people's sensibilities and empathy and morality and all that. I really honestly feel for us as women, it's not about expecting morality. It's more about enforcing it. It's more about enforcing it. It's more, you have to check people's background, right? Because there's some science projects out here, there's some freak show science projects out here that you can't reform. There's some men out here that really need to just be burned at the stake. Like, look, just throw the acid on them and just, feed them to the wolves, that kind of shit. And there's others that are sort of workable, sort of trainable. But you're gonna have to train every man that you meet. No matter what background he's coming from, you have to mold him to what it is, to your expectations. To your expectations, to your goals, to what it is you want. He knows how to be with you based on what you expect, what you enforce, whether positively or negatively, because there's positive reinforcement and there's negative reinforcement. So you're teaching him how to respond to you based on who you are. A lot of y'all are waiting for him to have all of that together. You're waiting on that guy that knows how to treat you and all that kind of stuff. Certain men know how to act. They will act like they know how to treat you. But that's only for a little while. And after a while, especially after sex, the act is over. He stops opening the door for you. In the beginning, he's opening the car door for you to get in and all that cute Bronx Tale shit. All that Bronx Tale shit in the beginning. And as soon as he skeet off in your ass, it's like, you got to hold your bags. You struggling with bags, and you opening the door with your feet and shit. And he's already in the car. You got to pump the gas while he's drinking a soda. All kinds of, the whole chivalry goes out the window. So you have to reinforce that. You have to have stick-to-itiveness with that. You can't let your foot up off the gas. I know some sisters that, they will stand there. Like if you go into the car and you forget to open the door, I know sisters that will just stand there. It could be freezing cold, or it could be 125 degrees and she's sweating the whole weave out. She will stand there and wait for his ass to open the door. And then he go, oh, I'm sorry. And you have to run out and run around the car and open the door for her. Because it's all bets off. This is how I live. This is what a man does for me. And they don't veer off that script. They don't. So whatever your priorities are, whatever your expectations are, you don't let your foot off the gas because the nigga's cute. Some of y'all let the foot off the gas because he's cuter than you. You go, oh, he ain't got to do that. He look good enough. I'll open my own door, or I'll carry my own bags. Oh, you ain't got to fuss over that. No. It's a morality thing. It's what's the term? There's a term for it. Behavioral modification. It's behavioral modification that you go through, especially in the courtship phase. And we all have to do that with any man that we meet. Whether he's really motivated or only halfway motivated or ain't motivated at all. Behavior modification is necessary for with anybody. Anybody that you meet. And you just don't let it off. Because the moment you go, it's all right, it's over. It's over. If you stand on the moral fact that you don't have sex for 90 days, you don't have sex 60 days in, you don't have sex 30 days in, you don't have sex 89 days in. If the rule is 90 days, you stick to the 90 days. For you, for your resolve, for your self-esteem. Because once you start breaking your own rules, you start doubting your own decision-making skills. You have to understand that. He may benefit from you doing it in 30 instead of 60, obviously, right? But it destroys your resolve when you do it. Then you start saying, well, he don't have to do this. And I don't need all of that. I could take half of that. Oh, well, the ring, well, I wanted the tear shape or the diamond cut, the solitaire. Well, I don't need, you could just give me that crushed thing that they sell at Costco's. Then you start compromising in the smaller decisions is what I'm saying. Every other decision you make, you start to compromise. And subconsciously, you're like, well, I mean, I let it go. I survived. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? The big deal is that everything you say yes to sets a precedence. And it lets him know what he can get away with and what type of woman you are. That's why it's a big deal. That's why it's a big deal. So that's it. That's it. There is no revolutionary dick out here. It's just dick. There ain't no smart dick out here. It's just dick. It ain't no good dick out here. It's just dick at the end of the day. It's just dick at the end of the day. A dick that will either leave you, take care of you, front you a yard or two, pay a bill or two, or not, mow your lawn or not. At the end of the day, that's all it is. Yes, you are teaching them how to treat you by what you agree to. You teach them how to treat you by what you agree to. That's it. Now, I remember when Lauren, the rumor was when she got with whatever his name is, he was married to somebody else. Y'all ever heard that story, something like that? I think that's what I heard when Lauren was messing around with him. I think he was married to somebody. So we have that. So when you mess around with a married man, you letting him know, okay, this is your level, this your plane, this is the level of respect that I need to have for you. This is what you'll take. You want me, and I'm not even all the way free yet, and I could dig in your cervix, and I'm still married. Then you right here. You right here. So that's what that is too. You got to be careful because however you start something is how it finishes. Do not think somebody's just going to have compassion and understanding for you when they know that you know that their situation is fucked up and it's not ideal. You don't get any points for that. You fuck around with a dude that ain't in an ideal situation, you do not get points for that. He doesn't love you anymore because you're understanding. He goes, oh, the only thing that happens there is he goes, oh, this is all I have to do for you. This is your level of understanding. This is what you respect about commitment and marriage and relationship. Because if you're fucking around with me and I'm married, this is what you think about marriage. Obviously, you don't think much of marriage if you're fucking around with me and I'm a married man. And how and the trust, you gotta ask yourself the trust factor too. That's the thing. And when I talked about Jada and that whole thing with August, whatever his name is, she trusted him to keep secrets. I'm like, how do you trust somebody who knows you're a married woman? He cannot be trusted. He was supposed to sign a non-disclosure agreement before he dug up in your damn cervix. He was supposed to sign a NDA beforehand. How could there be trust in a situation where people keeping secrets? How? But a lot of chicks get caught up in that. You know how many dudes I talk to that be smashing married women, giving them quote unquote the time of their lives, and they have no respect for these women. But these women are caught up emotionally because the sex is so good, and they can't get enough of each other sexually, so they think there's some sort of bond, that they're really close emotionally because they're orgasming all the time. And one ain't got shit to do with the other. At the end of the day, the dude is behind your back. Yeah, I smashed that. I gave, I had to knock the cobwebs out of that shit because homeboy wasn't doing X, Y, Z. He don't love you. That was work that he happened to enjoy. He was just putting in work. Listen, and let me tell you something too about while we're on the subject about who not to trust. If you have a boyfriend, you're not supposed to trust him neither. Okay? Period. Put a period on that. Any dude who does not want to commit to you should not be trusted. Period. Hello. Can we get that UGC Clubhouse? All 12 of y'all in here understand that? If y'all have boyfriends, any of y'all that have boyfriends on this live, I want you from this day forward to look at the dude that you are with as a dude that should not be trusted. Period. End of story. If he is not willing to go the extra mile and take a L for you, a possible loss for you, you really got to go, well, I must be collateral damage here. Clearly, you're not serious. Clearly, this is a temporary situation. I understand it for what it is, and just leave it at that. You don't be loyal to nobody who don't want to commit. A boyfriend situation is not a commitment. You don't trust boy. Listen, husbands, that's a whole nother bag of chips right there, because they have their issues too. But it's definitely, just for GP, any dude that is a boyfriend is not to be trusted. You don't give him your all. You don't tell him your all. You don't give him all your family secrets and all where all the bodies are buried. He don't know. He don't need to know. Maybe he can know a third, maybe a fourth about your life. Maybe that. But these boyfriends be knowing everything, back, forth, front, and center, and they don't deserve all of that. They don't deserve all of that. He's telling you he don't want to be with you forever as a boyfriend, and he know all your shit, and you feel compelled to put all your cards on the table and do all this honest shit for what? A dude that is telling you, I want to be ready to walk away from you whenever I'm ready to walk away from you. I don't want to be tied down to you on paperwork, because I want to be free and clear to walk away from you. If I get up in the morning and say I'm leaving you, I don't want to have no paper trail to deal with. And you feel compelled to give him your life story and access to you psychically, not only physically but mentally too. put your veil up. Put your veil up for all of them. All of them. You said it's a hard pill to swallow. What's that, Arlie? Drink some wine. Take the pill with some wine, honey. It'll go down. It'll go down. Y'all will be all right. So listen, I just wanted to come on here and rap with y'all a little in the private fireside. I know this ain't the Saturday run, but I needed to get on here and talk to y'all about the concept of a veil and being sparing with your emotions and who you expose yourself emotionally to. You must be sparing with it and build up psychic self-defense. It is necessary to keep your sanity. To keep your sanity. You're welcome, Tracy. You will, Arlie? All right, all right. Who else is in the chat here? Just say hi and bye. You can say hi and bye. I'm getting ready to get off here. So looking possibly this Saturday to do another Fireside Saturday at 6 p.m. I know the last Fireside Chat, people wanted to talk about, some health stuff, cleansing, vagina care, fibroids, different things like that. So we'll probably be getting into that some more, because there's a lot of sisters that are interested in cleansing out. And I guess what I want to say, I might as well touch a little bit on that again and say that cleansing from past relationships is really sort of a life, it'll be a lifetime journey. It's something that you never really stop. It's not like you take a pill and then it's over. It's not that kind of thing. It's not that kind of thing. It's really a lifestyle shift. It's really paying attention to the decisions that you make moving forward. It's giving yourself time to heal and explore what it is you want to do, because most of the time when you're in these relationships, as a woman, you're trapped. You never could really do everything you want to do. You can't really say all the things you want to say, because if you say everything you want to say, then they call you masculine, or they call you uncooperative, or they call you cold-hearted. You're a bitch. You're a this. You're a that. So you're contained when you're in relationships for the most part. That's what femininity is. Femininity is subordination. It's containment. It's confinement. It's sort of servitude. You have to be a damsel in distress. This is what femininity is. This is why men want you to be feminine. They want you to be subservient. They want you to act out your need for them, an emotional need for them. They need for you to act out an emotional need for them. That's what the whole femininity shit is. So when you're not acting like you are needy for them, especially emotionally, which is what we call love, then somehow you're a cold, heartless bitch. So we got to put on all of these airs in these relationships, and for the most part, we're stifled. We're stifled emotionally, and it fucks us up mentally, and then it fucks us over physically, and then it affects your hormones and all that kind of stuff. So the cleansing that you need to do, it's really not so much an herbal remedy as it is a sort of an emotional, a spiritual washing away of all of that indoctrination that you're fed, that you have to be as a compliant woman, as a woman worthy of a man. A woman who's worthy of a man is a woman who's going to listen to a man. Ain't that what Fantasia said? Well, girls have to be submissive to the man and all of this stuff. Submissive, but also independent. You got to be submissive, but you got to have your own money too. So we got all these mixed signals, and we feel trapped at the same time. So it's about untrapping yourself. What is it that you want to say? Because you release toxins when you say what you need to say. When you let out creatively what you want to let out. That is therapeutic. That changes your blood chemistry. Because it's about changing your blood chemistry while you're healing, while you're trying to get him out of your system, which honestly takes years to do. Cellular turnover takes years to do. But in the meantime, we don't have to be batshit crazy. We don't have to be batshit crazy in the meantime. That's what's going on there. We are suppressed. We are suppressed, and we think we need a pill. When all we need to do is rediscover who we are. Who we are. We turn to alcohol and sugar and all this other excessive stuff to fill up the hole, because we know we're dissatisfied. We don't really want to not be able to say what the fuck we want to say. We don't want to have to shut up and put up and go along and get along and play submissive, play damsel and all this stuff just to get what we need. And that's a 24-hour job. It's 24 hours of stress. 24 hours of stress that we never get to take off, because we got to look good. You got to go to bed looking good. You got to get up in the morning looking good. You got to make sure you cook, but you got to help pay the bills. You got to take care of kids, and you got to be sexy for him. And then when do you get a chance to just be you? When do you get a chance to just do you? This is what makes us crazy. This is what makes us toxic. And we're looking for a pill. We're looking for a pill. We're looking for a short-term solution. Like, okay, well, how do I detox? How do I detox? And it really is more of a shift and a letting go for even the herbs that you take to work. For the herbs to even work, you got to be in a space where you're relaxed, where you're less tense, where you decided, listen, fuck you. And the train you rode in on and all the shit you expect me to do, guess what this week is? This week is I gives no fucks week. Nobody's getting dinner. Don't talk to me. This is me doing me. And you give yourself some time to recalibrate. I told y'all before, especially you married women, you need a room for yourself. You need a room where he don't come in with his dirty socks, farting up your bed sheets and all kind of shit. It's your sanctuary. It's your space. It's your rules. You can paint the walls pink. I don't like the walls pink. I don't like pink sheets or whatever it is. You can decorate it how you want. You could put Bobby Brown posters on your fucking wall if you want. Have books that you like. Decorate it like it's your space. Every woman needs her space. For meditation, for recalibration, just to be alone so that you don't go crazy. This is why we're out of our minds. It's not so much the herbs, it's eating right and all that stuff. It's just one aspect of it. But it's only so much that it can do if you're still in a stressful environment. If you still feel pressure to conform for somebody who's going to cheat on you anyway. For someone who's looking over your shoulder, contemplating fucking someone else anyway, even though you're going to the gym every day. So if you're going to the gym to keep his ass at home, you're already backpedaling. If you're doing it so that your knees don't crack, so that you can jump down and do a split like you did at 16, that's a reason. But if you're doing it to keep him at home, guess what? You'll be doing squats, while you're doing squats, you're worrying about where he's at and if he's on the phone with another bitch. While you're at the gym doing squats, so your ass can sit up so he can still look at it. You worry that if he's fucking somebody else. We gotta let that go. We gotta let all of that go. That's how the herbs will work. That's how you will start feeling better, more youthful. That's how your bones will stop cracking and all that stuff, because then you won't be filling up your mouth with garbage and drugs and junk and all that kind of stuff to fill the hole of the void that you feel, of the dissatisfaction. He can't complete you. Men protect and provide. That's all they do. That's it. That's it. Protect and provide. He can't be your everything. I need him to teach me something to be everything. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. To get your blood chemistry right, you have to become your own woman. You have to decide to be you. To be you. And that's it. So we'll talk about that more. We'll talk about that more probably this Sunday. You gonna watch the replay? Yes, please do. Marley says, talk to me, Selkis. I'm talking to you, babies. Y'all are my babies. Y'all are my babies. So I hope, as always, that you get a takeaway. Do the replay on this. And get some valuable takeaways from this. Put your veil up. I'm giving y'all permission. If you didn't have permission before, if your mother said don't lie, they say, when we were younger, they said no, don't lie. You better lie. When it's about your emotions being manipulated, if you feel you have to tell a fib or two, you better do it. If you feel you have to evade, if you rather evade rather than tell a lie, you better do it. If you have to ignore rather than confess, you better do it. You better do it. You better, from this point on, stop doing things that you don't want to do. That's how you feel better about yourself. By stop continuing to do things that you don't want to do. Say what you mean and be done with it. If people want to have a gripe, if people want to pout and all that, you're like, oh, that's what you're doing? Oh, because I'm over it. I said what I said. I'm over it. If you want to pout about it or have a drink with me, it's up to you. Let's go have a drink. Because I'm over it. That's what I said ain't gonna change. And let it go. Stop holding all the responsibility for how every fucking body feels out here. That's what has you fucked up and full of acid now, because you feel responsible for what everybody think about you out here. You're not responsible for what everyone think about you. That's their bag to hold. Let people hold their own bag. Stop holding everybody fucking bag like you in the goddamn airport or some shit. Let them hold their bags. They feel bad. Sounds personal. Sounds personal. That's how we gotta be. We need to develop some sort of assertiveness. That's how we have to be. Lie, evade, ignore is a man's modus operandi. Pretty much. So, but it's all good. We know that's a survival tactic, and we're gonna play that game too. When they ask a question, you could say, you know what? I don't know. Well, how do you feel about such and such? You know what? I have no idea. Why can't you say that? When he asks you, what do you feel about X, Y, Z? You could lean in and say, you know what? I don't know. Or you can lean back. Say, I have to think about it. I have no idea. And let that be that. Stop thinking you have to justify and explain why you fucking feel about everything. You don't have to explain yourself, especially if you're going to put your foot in your mouth, especially if the explanation is going to dig a hole for you. Because the explanation means that it's up for debate and negotiation. When things ain't up for debate or negotiations, guess what you don't have to do? You don't have to explain why it's a no. It's a no because I fucking said so. Period. Period. And stand on that. You know why? Because your peace and your blood chemistry is very important to you. And you know that getting into a lengthy conversation about why it is you don't want to do something is going to get you all riled up. It's going to get you upset. It's going to get you stressed. It's going to make you go after the donut and the drink that you said you wasn't going to drink no more and all that bullshit. So instead, to avoid all of that, when I say no, that's it. Yeah, that's all I got for you. Well, what do you mean? And so, but what? Well, right now, I don't have an answer for you. Not right now, not right now. But I'll let you know if I do. And you leave it at that to maintain your peace. That is what being a woman is about. That's femininity. That's femininity. That level up bullshit. That's what being feminine is. You don't never let nobody, rattle up your damn blood chemistry. You don't want that stress hormone activated, because then when you eat the pizza, the shit sticks to you for a whole fucking month. You want to be able to eat and shit it out the next morning, so you can't be stressed out. Because you know it's coming. Girl. No, you're a woman. Be a woman. Be a goddess. Who is a god? Is a goddess afraid of anybody? Is a goddess worried about competition? Does a goddess think she's in competition with anybody? Male or female? Is she sitting on a throne wishing she was some other woman? Is a goddess wishing she was somebody else? Is a goddess afraid to tell you what she thinks? Is she afraid to tell you no? A goddess? A goddess. And that's it. That's it. That's it. You could just declare what you want. Declare what you want. All right, y'all. So I think we come to the end of this. I talked way longer than I was supposed to. I was only going to be on here for a half an hour, but when the Holy Ghost comes over me, I gotta keep it rolling. So I hope y'all got something out of this. I hope y'all got something out of this. And we'll talk soon. We'll talk soon, UGC. I thank y'all for coming and fellowshipping with me this evening, being a part of the video vault in this private sector. You said praise the orator. I like that. So thank you. So y'all, when y'all get off this live, go take a sip of water. Hydrate yourself. Remember, water is an electrical conductor. We want to be hydrated and juicy at all times. We don't want shriveled up brains and shriveled up vaginas and all that. So if you're going to drink wine, drink water first. And you do that. Think about what you're going to do for the rest of the week, what you're going to say, what you ain't going to do, what you ain't going to say, and empower yourself. This is your life until it's over. Hello? It is your life until it is over. It ain't nobody else's life. Not even the husband whose name you got. Not even the husband whose last name you got. He don't even own you. He's just renting you for a little while. and you allowed him to rent your space for a little while, and you can revoke that rental agreement at any time. At any time. All right, so I'm out of here. This live chat will be archived in the video vault, so y'all can replay it at any time you want and everything like that. And I'll see y'all soon. All right. Much love to y'all. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to y'all again. Peace and love. Bye, y'all.